Admiral Zekthara's mandibles clicked nervously as he reviewed the intelligence reports for the 100th time. The holographic display before him showed the same impossible data that had arrived 3 cycles ago. Data that had turned the Galactic Council's understanding of warfare upside down. "Sir," his aide, Lieutenant Vexall, approached cautiously. "The Council demands an update on the situation." Zekthara's compound eyes darkened. The situation. 3 months ago it had been called the human problem, a minor pest control operation. The Galactic Council had designated humanity as a Class 7 civilization, primitive, violent, and laughably weak. Their ships were crude metal constructs held together with chemical propulsion and wishful thinking. Their weapons were projectile-based relics that any proper energy shield could deflect. Their military tactics were described in the official reports as chaotic and self-destructive. The Council had been so confident that they'd sent only a modest fleet, 37 ships, to demand Earth's surrender. It was meant to be a demonstration, a gentle reminder of humanity's place in the cosmic order. Admiral Krell Shan had volunteered for the honor, claiming it would be easier than harvesting spore pods from Centauri. That was the last transmission they'd received from Krell Shan's fleet. "Show me the Proxima engagement again," Zekthara commanded. The hologram shifted, displaying grainy footage from a long-range probe. 43 hegemony dreadnoughts, the pride of the Velkaran Empire, hung in space around Proxima Centauri. They'd positioned themselves in a perfect sphere formation, their quantum lance arrays charged and ready. Below them, a small human colony ship drifted, seemingly helpless. Then the humans had done something no civilized species would ever consider. "Computer, enhance Section 77 Alpha," Zekthara muttered. The image zoomed in on the human vessel. Its hull was scarred and patched, held together with what appeared to be industrial adhesive and desperation. But as the Velkaran ships moved to surround it, hatches began opening along its surface. Not weapon ports, cargo bays. What emerged defied every military doctrine in the galaxy. Humans in primitive pressure suits, carrying their chemical, propulsion weapons launched themselves into the void. No ships, no proper life support, just raw determination and whatever air their suits could carry. They spread out in 3 dimensions, using their ship's hull as cover, turning the engagement into close-quarters combat in the vacuum of space. The Velkarans had panicked. Their weapons were designed for ship-to-ship combat at thousands of kilometers. They couldn't target individual humanoids without risking damage to their own vessels in the tight formation. As they tried to adjust, the humans had done something even more insane. They'd boarded the enemy ships. Computer display Velkaran Vessel 17's internal security footage. Zekthara watched as armored humans cut through airlocks with handheld plasma torches, flooded the corridors with some kind of chemical smoke, and systematically dismantled the ship's crew with brutal efficiency. The Velkarans, bred for space combat from their command centers, had no experience with face-to-face fighting. They'd surrendered within minutes. 43 dreadnoughts, captured by a single human colony ship. But that wasn't the worst part. "Sir," Vexall interrupted his thoughts, "we're receiving another transmission from the human fleet." Zekthara's blood chilled. After Proxima, the Council had assumed it was an anomaly. They'd sent probe ships to observe human space, expecting to find vast armadas, advanced technology, some explanation for the impossible victory. Instead, they discovered that the humans were expanding. Not just building ships, they were building them wrong. Human vessels had no standardization, no proper design protocols. Some were converted asteroids with engines welded to the back. Others were massive cargo haulers retrofitted with weapons that shouldn't have worked. One ship appeared to be 3 different vessels fused together with what the analysis team could only describe as aggressive optimism. Yet somehow these abominations were effective. "Display the transmission," Zekthara ordered. A human face appeared on the screen. Pale skin, small eyes, no proper carapace or natural weapons. Commander Sarah Chen of the Terran Expeditionary Force smiled with predatory warmth. "Greetings, Galactic Council," she said. "We wanted to thank you for the warm welcome you've given our expansion efforts. The ships you've been sending have been educational. We've learned a lot about your technology, your tactics, and your weaknesses. Behind her, Zekthara could see what appeared to be a hegemony command bridge, but modified with human equipment. Velkaran crew members worked alongside humans, apparently willingly. We understand there might be some confusion about our capabilities, Chen continued. We'd like to clarify something. We weren't too weak for galactic civilization. We were too dangerous. You see, when you've spent your entire evolutionary history fighting each other on a world that actively tries to kill you, space combat becomes relaxing. She gestured to something off-screen, and the camera panned to show rows of captured alien vessels, each being modified with human technology. We don't fight fair, Chen said. We don't follow your rules. We use whatever works, and we adapt, faster than you can plan. You want to know our secret? We're not trying to win cleanly, we're trying to survive. And we've gotten very, very good at it. The transmission ended. Zekthara stared at the blank screen for a long moment. Around him, his bridge crew worked in tense silence. 3 months ago, they'd been part of the most powerful military force in the galaxy. Now, they hid in the outer systems, afraid to engage. Ships held together with metal patches and sheer bloody-mindedness. Orders, sir? Vexal asked quietly. Zekthara looked at the tactical display where red markers showed the expanding sphere of human influence. 12 systems already, growing faster every day. And somewhere out there, Admiral Chen and her impossible fleet of salvaged ships and recycled enemies were teaching the galaxy a new lesson about what it meant to be weak. Send a message to the Council, he said finally. Tell them we need to discuss terms, and send another message to our fleet commanders. All of them. What should it say, sir? Zekthara's mandibles clicked one final time as he watched another probe ship disappear from his sensors. Stay away from human space, they're not weak. There's something far worse. He paused, considering the words that would redefine galactic politics forever. They're inventive,